India Today is continuing coverage. The Prime Minister's road show in his parliamentary constituency, Varanasi. The Prime Minister is on a 5-kilometer long road show. It started at the Banaras Hindu University, the Lanka Gate, where he garlanded the statue of Mahamna Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya. Now he's en route. The Assi Ghat will travel all the way to the Kashi Vishwanath Dham. He'll pray there and then file his nomination papers tomorrow. I quickly want to cut across to India Today's team of reporters on Ground Zero. Piyush Mishra, Paulami Saha and Abhishek Mishra join us live. And Piyush, if I could quickly come to you. Now, each stop of the Prime Minister's 5-kilometer long roadshow has a special significance for Kashi over centuries. So each stop has been very carefully chosen. Not that the Prime Minister stops, but wherever those people are there, the stages have been set. There is a significance, whether it's the Assi Ghat on one side or the other ones on either way, all along the entire route. Piyush, can you hear me? Okay, perhaps
yes, Rahul,
Piyush.
Yes, Gaurav, I can hear you.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of noise. Yes, Gaurav, I can hear you. Right now, I'm present here at Gadolia Chauraha, which is the main intersection from where Prime Minister will be crossing. If you talk about this road show right now, as you're speaking, Prime Minister Jagannath is rolling in Varanasi, and in few minutes from now, it will reach here at Gadolia Chauraha, from where the Kashi Vishwanath Dham is barely 200 meters away from this very place. Let me try to show you the majestic view of this main Chauraha and the kind of preparations those have been made here by the workers of Bharatiya Janata Party. You can see how using this saffron cloth, the entire area has been decorated. Several balloons have been used to decorate this, and it is one of the biggest ever grand road show of a Prime Minister, where more than 10 lakh workers of BJP are participating. A couple of minutes back, we also saw the Vedic mantras being chanted here by the people. The Dabrutal of Varanasi was also seen performing, and here the message is being sent out by BJP that it is the place, it is the bastion of Narendra Modi, and the third time he has been, when he has been given the ticket by BJP, he is going to win with a huge margin. So the BJP has set the target of winning of more than 10 lakh of Prime Minister, and that is why we also saw the workers of BJP reached out to each and every house of Varanasi, and they targeted around 10 lakh people, and it seems like the entire Varanasi has come on the streets to welcome their beloved leader, and that is why we are seeing sea of people. There are 90 points those have been set up to welcome Prime Minister, and at all 90 points there will be celebrations, there will be performances being done by artists who have come from different parts of the country. So through this road show, BJP is also trying to show the rich culture of not only Kashi but also of the entire country, because there are the artists who have come from different parts of the country. Now, right behind me, we are again seeing Dabru Dal again performing, and Vedic mantras are being chanted. Prime Minister will be reaching here in few minutes from now, and you see the kind of majestic view here. Prime Minister is being received at each and every point, and here we have another point which has been set up, and Prime Minister will be stepping out of his Jagannath here, and so what we are hearing is that he is likely to walk towards the Kashi Vishwanath Dham from this very point, because security arrangements have been made in accordance to that. So the performance being done here by the students of Sanskrit Vidyalaya, and this shows the kind of preparations that have been done. Now let us also talk about the numbers with which the Prime Minister had last time won. He had won with a margin of around 6 lakh votes. This time the BJP is setting the target of 10 lakh votes for Prime Minister, and BJP is also claiming that there is no competition in front of Prime Minister as far as the constituency of Kashi is concerned. So wherever you will see at this Gadolia Chauraha, you will only find sea of people. The different performances are being done here by different artists. Now we have the people performing. We have 20 from Mantra who are being chanted. So from Shankar
to develop Kashi as the spiritual center of our country, whether it is the Buddhist religion, the Hindu religion, the Jain followers, all along. In fact, the Prime Minister Polami has been bringing foreign guests and heads of state and governments to Kashi to show them. 2014, I had travelled when Prime Minister Narendra Modi had gone to Kyoto in Japan, and he wanted to make Kashi like Kyoto. Has he got any success so that Kashi was also, one, retains the spiritual sense of the city and yet be a modern 21st century city, Polami?
Well, yes, the effort definitely has been in that direction in the time that the Prime Minister has represented Kashi in Parliament as its Member of Parliament, in terms of building the infrastructure, building massive, auditoriums that will showcase the art and culture of Varanasi. They have been built at scale as well over here in Varanasi. I was in the opening at one of those, centers as well, just a few years ago. Then, of course, the development of the Kashi Vishwanath corridor, which was inaugurated in 2021, which basically, cuts through the traffic and, gives you a way from the River Ganga into the Kashi Vishwanath temple. You've been speaking about the Tamil Sangamam as well. The Prime Minister's focus on the population, the Tamil population in Kashi, bringing their culture to the fore in Kashi in terms of how they've amalgamated with the culture of Varanasi as well. That has been a huge effort as well, which all of it, as you pointed out, he has showcased to several, top foreign leaders and diplomats and dignitaries that he's brought to Kashi to showcase, the culture of Varanasi. So yes, the effort has been in that direction. The infrastructure is also being built in that direction. Obviously, there's a lot of work to be done. But in terms of the development of Kashi, as it, in comparison to what it was at the time that the Prime Minister won from this constituency for the first time around in 2014, and now there has been a marked shift and a marked change that you see. Traffic, it was one of the biggest complaints that everyone would make about Varanasi when they would arrive over here. The traffic is an absolute mess. It continues to be a challenge, let me say, even today as I drove around. But you find the roads to be broader. You need to bring that sense among the people in terms of, how they drive and, traffic rules and management as well. All of that is an effort and work in progress. But yes, you've
Kashi, of course, moves at its own pace. At a very relaxed pace. That is one thing about Kashi. That's one place where people are actually, and Abhishek, if I could bring you in, and look at the list of heads of state and government who visited Kashi ever since Prime Minister Narendra Modi became the MP from Kashi. So in 2015, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, he was a part of the Ganga Aarti at the Dashashwamedh Ghat. In 2018, you had the French President Emmanuel Macron. He visited Varanasi. He took a boat ride with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Again, 2018, you had the President of Germany, Frank-Walter Steinmeier, who'd visited the Dashashwamedh Ghat. Then in 2019, the Prime Minister of Mauritius, Praveen Jagannath, he visited Kashi. More than 70 ambassadors and diplomats visited Kashi. Apart from that, 13 crore. Abhishek, that's a huge number. 13 crore tourists in the past 2 years. So the emphasis has been on spiritual tourism in Kashi. What's been the response? Because that must have impacted lives of locals in a big way. Spiritual tourism, religious tourism.
Well, indeed, and certainly, with this kind of work which was done in past couple of years in Varanasi, this has become the iconic city, has become the capital of spiritualism in the entire world. And Kashi, being considered as one of the oldest cities, is evident enough to understand. And that is why, this work has reached everybody in the country. We'll show you the visuals because Prime Minister Modi has arrived here on the Assi Road, and you see in the visuals how this whole road show is now on the roads in Assi, and Prime Minister Modi along with CM Yogi Adityanath
is on that road. Huge security deployment, people on the roads, they wanted to see Prime Minister Modi, and that is why there is a long queue. And also, as far as, this whole arrangement is concerned, people are, witnessing this moment from their rooftops, from their balconies, and you see all these vehicles who are coming all the way mentioning Aayegi Phir se Modi Sarkar. This is the slogan which has been put up on the LEDs, and Ab ki baar 400 par, which is the nara, which is the slogan. And the number of people on the roads are, evident enough to understand the kind of support Prime Minister Modi gets in Varanasi. This is Varanasi. This is the home turf for Prime Minister Modi, and has been there for the last 10 years. And his, the chariot is now coming close to the Asti Ghat, where we are standing right now. And the lights with the kamal, with the lotus, you can see in the visuals, huge supporters who are there on the roads. We can also witness and also listen to the tunes of Kesari Ke Lal, the Ram Bhumi temple, the kind of ambience and atmosphere the coronation and the consecration of Ayodhya temple has created. That sentiment is also very much evident on the ground, on this roadshow, where people are chanting Lord Ram, and this is what we can certainly expect here. Prime Minister Modi's chariot is coming towards Asti Ghat, and this whole area is now, entirely saffronized, and the ambience, the atmosphere, the enthusiasm is on the other level. Look at the picture, look at the number of supporters who have come on the ground to witness this iconic moment of Prime Minister Modi's third nomination, which is all set to happen tomorrow. And before that, on the roads of Varanasi, a 5-kilometer long road show, connecting with the masses, connecting with the voters, connecting with the people who voted for Prime Minister Modi for past 10 years for 2 times. And this time, Prime Minister Modi is looking at, again, a massive victory in Kashi, along with the work which the Kashi has witnessed. Indeed, the Kashi corridor, the infrastructure work which has happened, the employment generation, and the entire focus of Prime Minister Modi in Purvanchal is what Prime Minister is betting on. And that is why there is a huge support for Prime Minister Modi in Varanasi. And these thousands and thousands and, more than lakh people we can certainly see here, where they are standing alongside and wanted to show their support for Prime Minister Modi in Varanasi. And this is all about the number, as the BJP is claiming a massive victory this time. Over 10 lakh is what they are aiming at. And Prime Minister's presence here in Varanasi, on the roads of Varanasi, with this power show, with this support, with this people who are coming all along to support Prime Minister Modi, is very much evident. You see in the visuals how this chariot is now moving very close towards the Asti Ghat. There is a hold for a moment you can witness on the screen right now. And now it's moving again slowly, gradually towards the Kashi Vishwanath temple, where Prime Minister Modi will be doing the darshanas. And we can see
Abhishek, stay with me for a moment, because as far as the Prime Minister is concerned, as far as the BJP is concerned, this is a major show of strength. In fact, apart from the Union Home Minister Amit Shah, the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, several Chief Ministers of NDA-ruled states will be there when Prime Minister Narendra Modi files his nomination papers tomorrow. And the Prime Minister is extremely combative when he talks about what the Congress was doing in this country in the past so many decades, and why, according to the Prime Minister, the attacks by the Congress on employment or inflation are false attacks. Listen in to Prime Minister Narendra Modi in an exclusive conversation with India Today's Himanshu Mishra.
कह रहे हैं कि आप महंगाई पर, बेरोजगारी पर, नौकरियों पर बोल नहीं रहे हैं, बोलने से बच रहे हैं।
इस देश में महंगाई सबसे ज्यादा आजादी के बाद श्रीमती इंदिरा गांधी के जमाने में थी। तीसरी बात, मैं चाहूंगा कि आप जैसे लोग विद्वान एक काम करें, लाल किले पर से पंडित नेहरू के, श्रीमती गांधी के और राजीव गांधी के लाल किले से भाषण सुन लीजिए। हमारा बयान की जरूरत नहीं। आप हैरान हो जाएंगे, लाल किले पर से पंडित नेहरू ये भाषण कर रहे हैं कि देश में महंगाई बहुत बड़ी है, आप चिंतित हैं, मैं भी चिंतित हूं, लेकिन आपको पता होना चाहिए कि नॉर्थ कोरिया साउथ कोरिया की लड़ाई चल रही है, इसलिए महंगाई बढ़ी है। उस जमाने में तो ग्लोबलाइजेशन था नहीं, नॉर्थ कोरिया साउथ कोरिया की लड़ाई का दुनिया की किसी इकोनॉमी पर प्रभाव नहीं हो सकता था, लेकिन उस समय भी वो बहाना ढूंढते थे। आज तो जहां लड़ाइयां चल रही है वो सीधी सीधी दुनिया में फ्यूअल, फर्टिलाइजर एंड फूड सीधा इंपैक्ट करने वाली लड़ाई का क्षेत्र है। इसके बावजूद भी पेट्रोल का दाम कंट्रोल में रखा हमने, उसके बावजूद भी हमने महंगाई बढ़ने नहीं दी। इन सारी कठिनाइयों के बाद भी हमारा यूरिया, वो भी युद्ध के क्षेत्र में है, दुनिया में यूरिया की बोरा 3000 रुपये में बिकता है, हिंदुस्तान के किसान को 300 रुपये मिलता है। और इसलिए ये झूठ और नारेबाजी करते रहते हैं। जहां तक रोजगार का सवाल है, जब उनकी सरकार थी तब करीब सैकड़ों में स्टार्टअप्स थे, आज 1.25 लाख 1.5 लाख स्टार्टअप्स हैं और टियर 2 टियर 3 सिटी में भी है। एक स्टार्टअप एवरेज 4-5 नए लोगों को रोजगार देता है। इसको क्या कहेंगे? हमारी मुद्रा योजना, क्योंकि हम चाहते हैं कि देश के नौजवान को, जिसको नौकरी की संभावना है नौकरी मिले, रोजगार की संभावना है रोजगार मिले, स्वरोजगार की संभावना है उसको स्वरोजगार के अवसर मिले। हमने मुद्रा योजना लाई, करीब 42 करोड़ लोन्स उसमें पास हुई है, करीब 28 लाख करोड़ रुपया, हो सकता है मेरे आंकड़े इधर उधर हो, 25 से 28 लाख करोड़ रुपया उनको डिस्पर्स किया गया बिना गारंटी। और इसमें 70% से ज्यादा फर्स्ट टाइमर है और हर व्यक्ति कम से कम 2 लोगों को रोजगार देता है। उनको पूछो भाई आप बेरोजगार हो गए पॉलिटिकली, इसलिए सारी दुनिया को बेरोजगार क्यों कहते हो तुम?
And I once again want to cut back to Abhishek Mishra, who joins us from Assi Ghat. Abhishek, whether it's Assi or Shivala, major spiritual centers, and this is where the Prime Minister has been taking that message about Kashi being the spiritual center of our country.
और पूरा समर्थन प्रधानमंत्री को काशी में मिल रहा है, जहां कल वो नामांकन करेंगे और काशी में एक बार फिर से प्रतिनिधि के लिए इस चुनाव के मैदान में दिखाई दे रहे हैं। से कैमरामैन संजय के साथ अभिषेक मिश्रा, आज तक।
So let me get you details of what will happen when the nomination takes place. It's in the Abhijit Muhurt at 11:40 that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will file his nomination. We are told that a large number of BJP and NDA leaders, including union ministers Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh, BJP President JP Nadda, chief ministers of NDA-ruled states are likely to be there. The report that we are getting from Kashi, Polami, seems to indicate, Polami, that at least 12 chief ministers could be there, several union ministers and BJP presidents. So this is a message that the BJP is trying to send out, not just to Kashi, it's actually a message to UP and Bihar here.
Well, this is a larger message, this is a mega show of strength as far as the BJP is concerned and the NDA is concerned, with the Prime Minister filing his nomination and alongside him top chief ministers of the country, NDA leaders to be present as well, top union ministers to be present as well. It will be a mega show of strength that all of them stand behind the target which the Prime Minister has set for the NDA. Ambitious it may have seemed when he, of course, uttered that slogan for the first last time, 400 par. But the Prime Minister sticks his guns out and he still says that this is all about 400 par and it is going to be a reality. So that show of strength is going to be, the picture of the day as far as the Prime Minister's filing of nomination is concerned from Kashi. There was, of course, a lot of speculation whether the Prime Minister, going into these elections, whether the Prime Minister would choose to fight from a second seat. Could it be a seat from the southern part of the country? But the Prime Minister, of course, chose not to do that. He chose to stay with his constituency, which has voted him into power for 2 successive terms. He wants to, in fact, raise the tally over here in terms of his vote share. And as far as, he doesn't want to give any sort of message or narrative, to the opposition that he's chosen another seat as well because he's worried about, his performance in his constituency of Varanasi. So he's choosing to be safe. He wants to send some sort of a message out. He didn't want to do that, and hence he chose to, of course, contest only from Banaras. So that mega show of strength is going to be over here in Banaras, where we will witness top NDA leaders flanking the Prime Minister as he files his nomination tomorrow at 11:40 a.m. as you said.
Okay, and Piyush, that is the criticism that Rahul Gandhi is facing. As Polmi was telling us that the Prime Minister was also in that position, or was, as many thought, that he'd probably fight elections from another seat, but he chose not to. With Rahul Gandhi, there is this criticism. Will he choose Wayanad? Will he choose Rai Bareli? Will he let down Wayanad or will he let down Rai Bareli ultimately? So that dilemma is not there, and the Prime Minister extremely combative even on Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party.
Well, absolutely, Gaurav, and that is the criticism which the Congress party, and especially Rahul Gandhi, has been facing when he decided to contest from Rai Bareli instead of Amethi, and when the decision was taken by Rahul Gandhi, we saw as to how all the leaders of BJP had categorically, vehemently criticized Rahul Gandhi for not fighting from Amethi. But that is not the case with the Prime Minister from Varanasi, because he enjoys a lot of support, he enjoys a lot of love from the people of Kashi. And also, while we were talking to many BJP leaders, we were telling us that the Prime Minister's roadshow was not necessary. Even if he had not come for campaign, he would have won easily. But from here, the BJP wants to send out a message across the country that the BJP is for the sentiments of Hindus, BJP is for Kashi Vishwanath Temple, it is for the Ram Temple, and that is why we are seeing as to how another grand roadshow of Prime Minister is, and that also in the city of Varanasi. Earlier we had seen a similar sort of roadshow in Ayodhya of Uttar Pradesh, and the sentiments were shown by the people of Ayodhya. Let me try to get in a word from few people and understand as to how are they planning to welcome Prime Minister, because in few minutes from now he will be reaching in at Gadolia Choraha, and from here we are learning is that he has to march towards the Kashi Vishwanath Dham. कहाँ से आए आप? कितनी बनारस के हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी, बनारस आए हैं, कितनी खुशी है आपको?
हमको बहुत खुशी है। भाजपा सरकार और मोदी सरकार से हम खुश हैं। 10 सालों में जो बनारस के लिए माननीय मोदी जी ने किया, 3 कैंसर हॉस्पिटल हमारे बनारस को दिया। जो पहले इलाज के लिए हम लोग जाते थे, बॉम्बे जाते थे तो दिल्ली जाना पड़ता, लेकिन आज के डेट में हम अपने बनारस में रहकर अपने परिवारजन का जो भी कैंसर से पीड़ित है उनका इलाज करा रहे हैं। उसके बाद हमारे यहाँ शिक्षा के लिए बहुत अच्छी व्यवस्था की गई है।
काशी बदल गई है 10 सालों में।
इस बार मोदी
और राहुल गांधी पाकिस्तान जाकर वहाँ अपना चुनाव लड़े, उनको यहाँ आने की जरूरत नहीं है।
मोदी सरकार है, कोई नहीं सरकार, अब की बार मोदी सरकार आएंगे और लाना है उनको, पूरा खुशी से लाना है।
इस तरह से आप उनके स्वागत की तैयारियां कर रहे हैं।
मैं सर गुजरात से यहाँ आया हूँ और हरिद्वार से भी ट्रेन के उतरकर होटल भी नहीं गया हूँ, सिर्फ मोदी जी को देखने के लिए। मोदी सरकार
दर्शन किया आपने?
दर्शन भी किया।
अब आप मोदी जी से मिलना चाहते हैं?
मोदी जी से।
So the Prime Minister's cavalcade will soon be reaching this area. There you see images of the Prime Minister and Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath along this 5-kilometer long road show, and all the places that they're visiting along. So Gudolia Market, one of the oldest markets in Kashi. Again, Gudolia is one place which is very famous for its street food in Varanasi. People stop there, eat. There's a new railway station in a way that's being developed. Again, the emphasis, you saw Ayodhya, the way in which Ayodhya is being redeveloped, a new railway station, a new international airport. Similarly, when it comes to Kashi, the airport again is seeing modernization a lot, according to the Prime Minister. In fact, he submitted a report in which he said, as Member of Parliament of Varanasi, the development works that have been carried out in that area, from road infrastructure to flyovers to bridges to education centers, all of that that is being done. But for a moment, we'll focus also on the spiritual development and spiritual linking of the entire country. But in that exclusive conversation with India Today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi attacked the Gandhi family specifically on the issue of national security, and what the Prime Minister said was their hatred for our armed forces after the 1962 war. Listen.
सर, सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक को लेकर कांग्रेस के बहुत से नेता सवाल उठा रहे हैं और इसको लेकर बयानबाजी भी कर रहे हैं। क्या आपको लगता है कि अभी भी सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक एक बड़ा मुद्दा है?
पहले सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक की चर्चा तो बहुत हो चुकी है। कांग्रेस के माइंड को समझिए। कांग्रेस का माइंड क्या है? वे इस देश के सेना अध्यक्ष को गली का गुंडा कहें, अपने कार्यकाल में सेना को दुर्बल बनाने के लिए जो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं करें। मुझे लगता है उनके बैक ऑफ माइंड एक चीज पड़ी हुई है कि 1962 की लड़ाई में जो देश की दुर्दशा हुई और नेहरू जी पर विफलता का जो बहुत बड़ा कलंक लगा, तब से उनके मन में ये है कि आर्मी के कारण ही नेहरू जी बदनाम हो गए और वो तब से लेकर के आर्मी के प्रति नफरत रखते हैं। आप श्याम माणिक शाह की किताब देखोगे तो उसमें भी ये चीजें दिखती हैं कि उनके मन में तो वो गुस्सा अभी भी प्रकट हो रहा है। तो उनके मन में 62 का जो चाइना के साथ लड़ाई में नेहरू की जो विफलता रही, उसके बोझ के तरह ये परिवार दबा हुआ है और इसलिए वो लगातार आर्मी को गाली देने के रास्ते खोजता रहता है।
I once again want to bring in Poulomi Saha into this conversation. And Poulomi, that's a very major allegation as far as the Prime Minister is concerned. Whether it's Congress leaders who may have called army chiefs names, or whether some people have questioned the surgical strike or the Balakot airstrikes, the fact that the Prime Minister is saying is because of 1962 war, India's debacle in the 1962 war against China, all of this is being done, and that is why Rafale was being picked up as an election issue in 2019 to counter the Bofors scandal. China was picked up, or the LAC situation is being picked up in 2024 or earlier to counter 1962.
That's right. That's the charge that the Prime Minister has levelled in an interview that he's given to our colleague Himanshu Mishra. It's a very serious charge that he's levelled against the Congress Party, that the Congress Party, because of what happened in 1962, stands against the Indian Army, questions any action of the Indian Army. Over recent times, as we've seen in the past as well, it has come up again during this election campaign. You've heard of Congress leaders who've questioned what happened in Pulwama. They spoke about the fact that how is it that the Indian intelligence agencies, be it the internal or the external agency, they had no information concerning that attack in 2019. This was raised by Congress Punjab Chief Amrinder Waring. It was raised by Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy as well. The BJP constantly attacks the Congress party, saying they have no respect for the Indian armed forces. They do not have respect for the duties that they're performing in keeping the nation safe, and that is why they continue to raise these question marks over various incidents, tragic incidents that have happened, various operations that have been carried out in retaliation, because they do not respect the Indian Army, and that is what has been reiterated by the Prime Minister. It remains to be seen, of course, how the Congress, of course, reacts to this, to what the Prime Minister has said, as he said, linking 1962 to the Congress's position on various issues which involve military action today.
And if the Prime Minister were to win and become Prime Minister in 2024, he would actually be the only second person after Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru to win a third term. And that comparison is being drawn very extensively. The Prime Minister has also made that point that the Congress party, especially the Gandhis, are very upset, because then the Prime Minister's track record of being Prime Minister would be better than Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, because only Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru has been the Prime Minister of this country thrice. Now, before Prime Minister reached Varanasi, he was in Bihar. He visited the Takht Shri Harmandir Sahib Ji at Patna Sahib in Patna city. During this visit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi offered prayers, performed seva, served langar to devotees. Takht Shri Patna Sahib is one of the 5 takhts of the Sikh community. It's in Bihar's capital, it's in Patna, and that is why it's known as Patna Sahib. Remember, the construction of the Takht was commissioned by Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji in the 18th century. This is the birthplace of Guru Gobind Singh. The Prime Minister was wearing a turban. These are images of the Prime Minister at the kitchen wearing a turban, and then he also served langar. Guru Gobind Singh Ji has been a major inspiration, led the war against the Mughals. In fact, the Sikh Gurus, and it's been mentioned very extensively that whether it is Guru Tegh Bahadur or Guru Gobind Singh, where it was when it came to fighting the Mughals, when it came to saving Hindus in that tyranny-filled period, the Sikhs played a very, very critical role. When it comes to Guru Gobind Singh Ji or the 4 Sahibzades, they made the supreme sacrifice of their lives, but did not bend, did not buckle, and that message goes across. De Shiva bar mohe ihe, shubh karman se kapahu na taru, na daru ari soh jab jai larau, nischay kar apni jeet karao. And that message is not restricted to any one community, any one individual or people. It travels across the length and breadth of our country. Minister Narendra Modi's mega roadshow in Avinashi, Kashi, his parliamentary constituency. Avinashi, Kashi means a city that can never be destroyed. It is one of the oldest inhabited cities in the world that finds a mention even in the Skand Puran. Mark Twain has mentioned this is older than time itself, or words to that effect. And that, you see, is the enthusiastic crowd of BJP supporters or Prime Minister Narendra Modi's supporters in his constituency. He has won here twice in the past, 2014 and then again in 2019. Now, ahead of the 2024 elections, the Prime Minister, of course, files his nomination papers tomorrow at 11:40 a.m., which is seen as the Abhijit Muhurt, or a very auspicious time. He spoke exclusively to India today. He responded to allegations leveled by the opposition that the BJP is aiming for 400 plus seats because their plan is to change the constitution of India. And he accused the opposition of crying wolf. Listen.
ये कह रहे हैं विपक्ष की 400 सीटें आ जाएंगी तो आप संविधान बदल देंगे, और दूसरी तरफ लालू यादव कह रहे हैं कि मुसलमानों को जो है वो पूरा आरक्षण मिलना चाहिए। इसको किस तरीके से आप देखते हैं?
देखिए, पहली बात यह है कि 19 से 24 हमारे पास 400 सीट थी, 360 के करीब हम जीत करके आए थे, और एनडीए प्लस कहे तो हमारे पास 400 हमेशा रही है। तो सीट आने से संविधान बदल जाते हैं, ये तर्क गलत है। संविधान के साथ धोखा इस परिवार ने किया है। संविधान बनने के बाद सबसे पहले संविधान बदला पंडित नेहरू ने। उन्होंने क्या किया? सबसे पहले उन्होंने, पंडित नेहरू ने संविधान संशोधन किया, और क्या किया? फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच को रिस्ट्रिक्ट किया। फिर इनकी बेटी आई इंदिरा जी, इंदिरा जी ने क्या किया? आपातकाल लगा दिया। कोर्ट के जजमेंट को उन्होंने नकार दिया, उनका चुनाव रद्द हो चुका था। संविधान के साथ धोखा उन्होंने किया। फिर उनके बेटे आए राजीव गांधी जी, उन्होंने क्या किया? उन्होंने आकर के भारत के मीडिया को कंट्रोल करने के लिए एक बिल लाए। देश के मीडिया ने और देश के विपक्ष ने बहुत बड़ा होल्ला किया तो बच गए, लेकिन तब वो संविधान की भावना के खिलाफ करने गए। उनके बेटे शहजादे, उन्होंने क्या किया? संविधान की कोख से जन्मी हुई सरकार होती है, और सरकार की कैबिनेट वो संविधान के अधिष्ठान पर होती है। कैबिनेट ऐसी हवा में नहीं होती। वो कैबिनेट जो निर्णय करे वो संविधान से सुसंगत होता है। उस कैबिनेट के निर्णय किया डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जी के ने। इन्होंने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस बुला करके उस कैबिनेट में जो निर्णय किया गया था उसके लीरे लीरे उड़ा दिए। मतलब वो एक कागज नहीं फाड़ रहे थे, भारत के संविधान के टुकड़े कर रहे थे। वो बाबा साहब आम्बेडकर की पीठ में छुरा भोंक रहे थे। वो भारत के संविधान निर्माताओं की भावनाओं को चूर चूर कर रहे थे। परिवार की सभी पीढ़ियों के सभी मुखियाओं ने संविधान के साथ ये बदतमीजी की है। उनको संविधान शब्द बोलना भी उनके मुंह में पाप लगता है। जहां तक भारतीय जनता पार्टी का सवाल है, हमारा कमिटमेंट है, हम एससी, एसटी, ओबीसी धर्म के आधार पर आरक्षण नहीं देंगे, नहीं होने देंगे। भारत के संविधान ने एससी, एसटी, ओबीसी को आरक्षण दिया हुआ है। संविधान की मूल भावना के खिलाफ हम होने नहीं देंगे। दूसरा, संविधान सभा की भावना थी कि वो किसी भी हालत में वे धर्म के आधार पर देश में आरक्षण स्वीकार नहीं करेंगे। बाबा साहब आम्बेडकर का मत था कि संविधान में धर्म के आधार पर आरक्षण नहीं हम रख सकते हैं। तो जो बाबा साहब आम्बेडकर ने कहा, जो संविधान सभा ने कहा, जिसके प्रति हमारी श्रद्धा है, हम उसको बरकरार रखने के लिए मेहनत कर रहे हैं। लेकिन जैसे वो पिक पॉकेटर होता है ना, वो किसी का जेब काटता है, फिर चिल्लाता है, अरे वो चोर चोर चोर, और कोई दूसरा भागता है और ये माल लेकर के फिर धीरे से निकल जाता है। तो ये लोग चिल्ला इसलिए रहे हैं कि उनके इरादा है कि धर्म के आधार पर आरक्षण करने का, और इसलिए वो चिल्ला रहे हैं जी, और हम ये होने नहीं देंगे। चलिए, बहुत अच्छा लगा मुझे, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद
सर, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर
भैया।
आपने आज तक के लिए इतना समय दिया दर्शकों के लिए, अपने व्यस्त समय में से बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर।
And the sting is in the tail when the Prime Minister, in response to that last answer, accused the Congress Party of behaving like a pickpocket, stealing the reservation of the SC, ST, OBC and implying that they want to give it to Muslims instead. Paulami Saha, the Prime Minister, unsparing, not taking a single attack on the chin. When the opposition says that BJP wants 400 to change the constitution, he said we had 400 plus with NDA allies and partners even in 2019 to 24. He actually hit back at the opposition, Paulami.
That's right, unsparing definitely in his attack against the opposition and specifically Rahul Gandhi, because this has been charged by Rahul Gandhi and a company that the BJP wants 400 plus in order to amend the constitution. Rahul Gandhi says that they want to end reservation for SCs, STs and OBCs in the way that they're shutting down public sector units through privatization. Government jobs are ending, so you won't have reservation in government jobs. So basically the point of having reservation for these communities and caste groupings is completely lost. The Prime Minister there hitting out at the opposition, saying we had the numbers even in 2019. We were touching close to about 370 at the time with our partners, and then of course with NDA plus, with those who of course extended outside support to us on various issues like the YSRCP, BJD that he seemed to be referring to. We had the numbers if we wanted to change the constitution. It is the culture of the Congress party to amend the constitution, to not respect the constitution. He cited that instance when Rahul Gandhi tore up the ordinance which was passed by the Manmohan Singh government, saying that is how they disrespect the spirit of the constitution. It is not the BJP's intent to end any kind of reservation or quota. Remember that the Prime Minister on various occasions has been challenging the Congress party, saying you give it in writing that you will not end SC, ST, OBC quota and introduce religion-based reservation through the back door.
And Piyush, the Prime Minister made it very clear that they will not permit reservation-based quota in this country. But what's the pulse on ground, Piyush, if you can hear me? How are voters reacting to what the Prime Minister said in that exclusive interview to India Today's Himanshu Mishra?
Well, certainly, Gaurav, Prime Minister has now made it very clear that the reservation is not going to end, and he is seeking the huge manual of charge of power because he wants to protect the rights of SC, ST and OBC. So that's the message being sent out by Prime Minister, and in 2 minutes from now he will be reaching at Gadolia, and you will see the sea of people. Wherever you will, my camera person will pan his camera, you will only see the sea of people. Let me also try to get in a word from people who have come from different parts of India. Many of them are also from Karachi. एक सवाल ये है, आज प्रधानमंत्री जी ने इंटरव्यू दिया आज तक को, जिसमें उन्होंने एक बात साफ कही कि आरक्षण खत्म नहीं होने वाला। ये बात जो कही जा रही है काफी दिनों से विपक्षी के दलों के द्वारा कि आरक्षण खत्म हो जाएगा, संविधान बदल जाएगा, उस पर आप लोगों की क्या राय है?
यूसीसी आना चाहिए, यूसीसी आना चाहिए, कॉमन सिविल कोड आना चाहिए।
हाँ, वो बोलेंगे भैया, आप बताइए। प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा कि आरक्षण खत्म नहीं हो रहा है, साफ कर दिया उन्होंने।
आरक्षण तो खत्म नहीं होगा सर जी, क्योंकि मोदी जी ने गारंटी दिया है। मोदी जी गारंटी अपना वचन होता है।
गारंटी है। अच्छा, आप कहाँ से आए? आप लोग कहाँ से आए? चौक से। चौक काशी के ही हैं। प्रधानमंत्री आज पहुँच रहे हैं, किस तरह का आप लोगों का मन है प्रधानमंत्री से? मोदी जी को, सिर्फ मोदी और कोई नहीं, सिर्फ मोदी के अलावा और कोई नहीं है, कोई नहीं। अच्छा, जो बात विपक्षी दलों के द्वारा कही जा रही है कि आरक्षण खत्म हो जाएगा, धराशायी है, सभी धराशायी है।
जितना बड़ा मोदी जी इतना काम कर दिए पूरे हिंदुस्तान के लिए, अब क्या चाहिए? आज पूरे वर्ल्ड में हिंदुस्तान का नाम हो रहा है। पासपोर्ट मेरा पहले रखा रहा तो पहले हम लोग का फाइनल हो रहा है। वही पाकिस्तान को देखिए, पाकिस्तान का क्या वैल्यू है? मोदी जी 80 करोड़ जनता को राशन फ्री किया रहे हैं। अब आप काम नहीं करेंगे, कहेंगे बेरोजगार है, बैठ के खाने बसते आए हैं। मैं बनारस का हूँ।
बनारस कितना बदला पिछले 10 साल?
क्या
बनारस पिछले 10 सालों में कितनी बदली है?
बहुत बदल गया। बचा क्या है बनारस में? अब कितना विकास चाहिए? अब क्या चाहिए विकास? मोदी जी क्या आपको पैसा दे देंगे? हम लोग जंग चोर हो जाएं?
You can see the sentiment on the ground. Gaurav, after this road show tomorrow, Gaurav, Prime Minister will be filing his nomination where the top leaders of BJP will be present, including the chief ministers of various states and many union ministers. Gaurav.
Okay, it's a show of strength that's intended to have an impact not just in Varanasi but across Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and as many argue in many other parts of North India. The visit to the Patna Sahib Gurdwara too extremely crucial in the Prime Minister's mega game plan in that effort, as the Prime Minister puts it, 370 for the BJP and 400 for the NDA.